Here's your Backstage pass.
Quiet on the set.
Action!
Welcome to Sedona's Backstage Pass with Shondra, presented by the Dog Group. This is your inside look into culture, curators, and creative artists. And now, your host, Shondra.
Welcome, all my VIPs. You've got your Backstage Pass, and you are in. Oh, get ready for some really fun stories, you guys, behind the scenes. It's going to be a lot of fun. And remember, even if you're tuning in and you can't stay, or maybe you're not tuned in, how could you not tune in? I'm just saying. Anyway, you can hear all of these shows on mellowmountainradio.com because they're streaming, and also on Apple Podcasts. And soon, I keep saying this every week, but I'm going to keep you posted. We're going to be on Spotify. It's very exciting. It's going to be a lot of fun. Got a great show for you. 2 wonderful guests. And if you read the little description, you know who they are. And I'm going to tell you about what's going on in Sedona right this moment before we get to our guests. First of all, is it hot where you are? I know you can't answer me, but it's been really hot here. We're in August, and normally August is not that warm, but we are having really hot days here. It's insanity. We're doing 104 here at times in Sedona. This is unheard of. Maybe in July. Maybe in June, but not in August. But it's happening. Anyway, there's a lot that's coming up. I'm saying that because the fall is right around the corner. Thank goodness. Cooler weather, lots of signature events coming up. For those of you who are visiting right this moment, I am going to give you a couple of ideas, or if you're planning to come in, here's a couple of ideas. If you're residents and you don't know these links by now, you should know them. If you want to know what's going on in Sedona, make sure you go to the Greater Sedona Chamber of Commerce, Tourism and Bureau website. And that's visitsedona.com. There's an events calendar there. And because it's August, I have to tell you there's ongoing things. There's trail tours with the moon coming up, with a moonrise, and you could do things like that. And you'll find all kinds of Jeep tours and different ongoing events, and that's where you're going to find those. And they're neat. They're really cool. These are great things to do because, August is a little quiet here when it comes to events at the moment, but there are ongoing things. So check out visitsedona.com, go to their events calendar. You can see all those ongoing things that you can take part in. Now, make sure you go to sedonaartcenter.org because Sedona Arts Center always has wonderful shows, these art shows, and there's one coming up real soon here, and forgive me, I don't have it right in front of me, but sending you to sedonaartcenter.org, you're going to find out all about what's going on, including this new show that's coming up right now. SedonaFilmFestival.com with their Movies on the Move. What is Movies on the Move? Well, they have a big screen, and they actually take it to different places, different resorts, like the Wild Resort is one of them, and different venues. So check out SedonaFilmFestival.com if you want to see a movie outdoors and just chill out, because it does get cooler when they put these movies on. It has to be kind of dark, you can't see the screen, so it's cooler at the time. And also they always have wonderful concerts and fantastic indie films. Really good, really, really good. I just saw one this last Tuesday. And communitylibrarysedona.org. That's another wonderful place for community events and concerts and lectures, demonstrations, and, of course, Zumba classes, which are free to you. All kinds of wonderful things. Visit communitylibrarysedona.org, and you'll find out what's going on there. I think that kind of sums up the events right now. So I am going to introduce my first guest. She is one of my sponsors. I absolutely adore this lady. She is, she'll tell you, she's so humble. She'll tell you, I don't have anything to talk about, because she kind of talks like that. No, the truth is, Debbie Johnson of Cleaner, Quicker Car Wash is an amazing individual. Thank you for being here today with me again, Debbie. And thank you for the towels. She brought me, Quicker, Cleaner Car Wash has a great gift store. You have the best gift store there. It's so much fun. Eclectic. I've even had my audio CDs there.
Oh, thank you.
You remember that? You had, no, thank you. Really, my music CDs. And so these these towels, I'm going to tell everybody, because earlier when you were here a couple of months ago, you told me about these. And you said, I'm going to bring them to him. One of them says, I am currently experiencing life at the rate of multiple WTFs per hour. How many of you would love that towel? I would love that. I'm so glad to have this. And the other one is, Lord, keep your arm around my shoulder and your hand over my mouth. Amen. I love it. How you doing, Debbie?
I'm doing great. Thank you, Shondra.
Good. You're busy down there at Quicker, Cleaner Car Wash.
We try to be.
Yeah. And you've got this big special coming up, don't you?
Well,
in
yes,
August. I mean, here we are. And,
yeah.
and you're going to be, tell us about it. It's for the first responders. I love this.
It is for all first responders, EMTs, emergency room workers, firemen, police officers, dispatchers, anybody who works in that area, whether they're up front or in the back. We want to honor them and appreciate them and recognize them and let them know that they are cared about and they are loved. And so the month of August, all first responders can bring their personal cars in for a free Supreme Graphene wash. That's our best wash. Wow. As many times as they want to, anytime they want to.
Fantastic.
And we will run them through the tunnel and get them cleaned up.
How wonderful. That's so great that you're doing that. Yes, they do so much for us. I know that the Sedona Fire Department is incredible. Sedona Police, just awesome. Our all the people that you mentioned, you know. So remember, if you're listening and you're a first responder, this whole month, you could take your car in, your personal car too. Yes, that's what you're talking about.
That's what we're talking about, personal cars.
Yeah, just go on over there to Quicker, Cleaner Car Wash. Thank you for doing that. I think it's fantastic. So today, I thought, let's get to know you a little bit better. So I have like a long list of questions, which I'm sure is going to, I know this could be a little frightening, but you're fearless. After all, you're a Texas girl. We talked about that last month. Just like me, We're afraid, but we do it anyway. That's our motto, that we do that. And bless her heart. That's the other one. By the way, that is something that all Texans say. If somebody comes in and, maybe they're just wearing a little too tight of an outfit, and we go, well, bless her heart. See, you're laughing because you know.
I do. I have said that.
You said that just a few times. Oh, bless her heart. You have to do it with an accent, though, because it doesn't work if you don't. Just saying. Okay, now I have some questions for you. Are you ready for this?
Yes.
You could expound on them if you feel like it. These are really outrageous. What is your very favorite cookie? It's a random question, is it not?
It certainly is.
Okay, I want to get to know you. Come on, come on.
I guess probably my favorite cookie would have pecans and chocolate chips.
Oh, you'd have to mention that.
Yes.
Oh, I love that. You know who's got good cookies like that?
Who?
Whole Foods.
Ooh.
It's called their Trumbull. I think it's called a Trumbull cookie. I'm giving them a plug right now.
Sounds good.
Oh, yeah. See, now I know what to bake for you.
Oh, good.
By the way, do you bake?
I do bake.
What do you like to bake? What's your favorite baking thing that you like to bake?
I'm famous for pies.
Oh, what do you make? I bet you make a pecan pie.
In Aspen,
pecan pie?
no, not pecan.
Oh, okay.
Because it takes condensed milk, and I don't use condensed milk. It's too much sugar.
It is it's intense. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Well, I'm trying to think. Do I use that when I make a pecan pie? It just has a lot of sweet to it, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's got a lot of corn syrup.
Yeah, that's it. Corn syrup. I use the dark
corn
one.
Syrup, condensed milk.
It's a heavy duty. If you eat a piece of pecan pie, you feel it.
Do.
Like my genes immediately go, get out.
Yes.
That's what they do.
That's right.
They just talk to me. Don't put me on. Just don't do that. Okay, now, what's your favorite pie?
Oh, I don't have a favorite.
Okay, you and I are going out.
A lot of people have favorites of mine.
Right, but I mean, what's the favorite one you like? Because we're going out to lunch now, and there's pie galore, all right? So tell me what pie you order.
I would probably order a berry pie.
Okay, all right. And is that what you like to bake?
Oh, I love baking berry pies, lemon meringue, black bottom coconut cream.
Oh, wow. That's a little exotic, isn't it? It's just different, really different. Okay, all right. Do you like to go to parties?
I love parties.
You never feel like, oh, I'm going to someone's party. I don't know who's going to be there. You don't feel that. You're not shy.
No, I'm not shy.
What do you like, throwing a party better or going to a party?
I like having dinner parties at my house. I like to cook for people. Yes.
All right. That's good to know. All right. But keep
But
me on the list.
I
will you?
love to go to Patrick's parties because you get to dress up and wear evening gowns, and that's cool.
Right? You're talking about the Patrick Schweiss?
Yes.
Oh, yes. And, it's so many dress-up parties. It's so much fun.
It is.
I love it.
It's just fun.
At the Sedona International Film Festival, we're giving you a plug, Patrick. It's
There you
happening
go.
again. It's happening again.
He gets as many plugs as he wants.
Yes, he does. He's awesome. He's absolutely fabulous. Okay. Do you like to take photographs? Like, take them of people. Do you like photography? Do you take pictures? Are you good at it?
I take pictures with my phone. I take pictures of Sedona landscape.
Okay. So when you're with a group of
Sometimes
people...
flowers, sometimes...
Okay, so when you're in a walk, you like to take pictures and things like that?
I do, yes.
That's cool. How do you feel about other people taking pictures of you?
Not as much.
Mm-hmm. I had a feeling about that. Why? Did you have a bad experience with that?
No, I was just... I'm just don't.
Okay, all right. Granted. Okay, all right. Valid. All right. Now, let's see. These are really odd, aren't they? I mean, you didn't expect this. I didn't either, actually. I just started thinking about it. But I thought, I wanted to get to know you. Pet peeves. What is something that drives you crazy? You don't like it. Don't do it. When you're with Debbie Johnson. Tell me what that is. What would that be? See, she's thinking because she didn't expect any of these questions.
I didn't expect any of these questions.
No, she's not prepared, and that's good. I just want to know right off the top of your head, what is it that just irks you more than anything? Anything like that?
I prefer for people to use their blinkers.
Ah, yeah, that is irritating, is it not?
It is, because if they communicate with me, I might know what they want to do, and then I'm not going to do something silly.
Exactly.
So I prefer for them to give me a little conversation there with their blinkers and let me know they're going to get right in front of me in any second.
It would have been about a car, wouldn't it? It has to be about a car. I love it. I love it. It's so funny. Speaking of cars, Bill had so many cars, didn't he?
He did.
How many cars?
Because
he's a car enthusiast in the biggest way.
He had a lot of cars.
Which I think now, when I'm thinking about it, maybe that's why you decided to have a car wash, because you could keep those cars clean.
Oh, no, I didn't clean his cars.
No, I mean through the car wash. Through the car wash.
Oh, absolutely.
He had all those cars.
He had a lot of cars.
Got to keep them clean.
He had too many cars.
How many? How many did he have?
Well, when we first married, he must have had probably around 12 or 13 cars.
12 or 13 cars?
Yes.
Wow. Did he have like an airplane hangar for these guys?
Well, he had his airplane in the airplane.
Oh, well, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
He had the airplane too.
Yeah.
My goodness.
And he had to have a car with the airplane. So he had to have a car in Sedona because he had a spot here, and he had to have a car in Aspen because he had a spot there. So he had to have a car in both places so that when he got there, he had a car.
Uh-huh. Makes sense.
Then he had a car in the Sedona house, and then he had a couple of cars in the Aspen house. Oh, he had a couple of cars in the Sedona house, too, because he had to have the rock climber and the going out car.
Oh, my gosh.
So he just had all kinds of cars. And
wow.
And RVs, and he was a driver.
RVs.
He was just a driver.
Very cool. What was the coolest car he had? What's the one that was your favorite?
Well, I was never in his favorite, but he was a Jaguar race driver in Europe and raced in the rallies on the Nuremberg.
I had no idea.
And he was, his stories were wonderful. I loved hearing them, but I was not there then. But I think that's probably the coolest car I knew of that he ever had.
But what was your favorite car that you actually were able to drive, or that you just looked forward to being in?
It's a car I inherited. He had a 1987 Porsche 928 custom-made manual 5-speed.
Wow.
And it was in storage in Cottonwood. He had two of them. And he lost one. He misplaced it.
Okay, how do you misplace a car? I know okay, all right, granted. I've gone shopping and I go, where in the world did I park? But that's like in a grocery store parking lot. You're going to eventually find it, probably from your alarm, right?
Right.
But this was not like that. This was across the country.
Oh, he had these cars custom made in 1987. And these cars came as automatics because they were touring cars. But he wanted a manual 5-speed, which in order to do that, they had to put a larger block in the car. And the larger block called for a bigger engine, so they had to put what they called their super engine in the car.
Wow.
So we had 2 of them made, one for the East and one for the West. And he mostly drove the East because he was in New York all the time and Atlanta. And so his life got real crazy, all kinds of things happening, changing jobs, being CEO of this company, CFO of that company, working all over the world. And 9/11 happened, and just craziness was happening. And he took his East car, had some kind of mechanical problem, and somewhere in the East, he left it in a mechanical shop.
Oh, my gosh.
And then all kinds of things went nuts in the world. And he was busy pulling all his businesses together and trying to recover from disaster and still move forward. And eventually he got around to thinking, what did I do with that car?
And so they didn't even call him? I mean, maybe they might call him and go, sir, your car is here.
If they did, he was too busy to take the call. So he didn't know where he couldn't remember where he left the dang car.
So then somebody inherited just by rote.
I asked him, I said, Bill, why didn't you just look up the VIN number and see where it was? He said, I had another one.
Oh, my
gosh.
gosh.
He was so silly.
Oh, my goodness.
So we had that one, and it was in storage in Sedona. And after he passed, I said, well, I got to go see what I've got over there, I'm going to have to deal with it.
Yeah.
So I went out there, and I find this car, and I called the factory in Stuttgart, Germany. And they said, give us the VIN number. So I gave them the VIN number. They said, oh, that's a very, very special car. This is a very special car. We still we only made less than 600 of this car.
Wow.
And we still refer to it as our supercar. And do not turn on the ignition.
Don't turn the ignition on.
Because it's been in storage a long time, and the timing belt is destroyed. And if you turn on the ignition, the engine will implode.
Oh, my gosh. Don't want that.
No. So I had a flatbed come get it. And they took it to Carl at Red Rock Precision. He's now in Cottonwood. And he's a European car specialist.
Oh,
and
okay.
I took it to him, and we agreed on what we would do with it. And we replaced all the rubber, and then we replaced more, and then we replaced more, and we took everything back to original components.
Wow, what a thing.
And
he must have had a blast doing that.
I don't think he did.
No, maybe he didn't. He was probably going, what have I got myself into?
Yeah, but it was great. It was wonderful.
So funny. I love it. What a story. Losing a car, like not at the grocery store, like across the country. Wow. Amazing. Okay, so a few more questions because you were a model once, weren't you?
Oh, when I was very young, I did model.
What was the best part about modeling?
Well, my specialty was shoes because I'm a 6B. And at that time, 6B was the shoe size to model. And so I modeled for Andrew Geller, and he was a famous shoemaker in New York City. And I loved modeling for Andrew Geller. He was such a gentleman, and he was so kind. And
so when you say modeling shoes, are you walking now on the runway with the shoes?
Yes, and going to shows, and because big shows, buyers come in, and they want to see the shoes on the feet.
Wow.
So you get to dress up and
So did you go to modeling school?
No.
Oh, you were just natural.
I just had good feet.
How in the world did they find you?
Oh, I went up and said, I would like to model your shoes. I have a 6B. And they said, okay, let's see you walk.
Oh, my goodness. That would be a Debbie thing. Just walk right in and go, I want to model your shoes. Did they give you the shoes?
No, they did not.
I can't believe it.
I know you always think they're going to do that. What? They don't do that, no.
You're walking in their shoes, you're modeling their shoes, you're in their shoes, and they don't give them to you?
No, because they take them to the next show.
Oh, right.
So,
that makes sense.
So they don't.
So you modeled in New York?
No, I modeled in Texas.
Oh.
I did all my modeling in Texas. Oh, no, I did some modeling in Colorado. I modeled clothes in Colorado.
Okay.
And that was cool.
Do you remember the great shoes? The one pair of shoes you're like, oh, I want these shoes.
I have a pair.
You do?
Mm-hmm.
They're like the ones that you wore?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you do?
They're eelskin with black patent trim. They're about probably 5 inches. And excellent.
Excellent. And you've had them for a while?
Over 40 years.
My goodness. My gosh. We only wear them on special occasions.
That's right.
Obviously.
Obviously.
Yes. So you're a shoe girl.
They're the most beautiful shoes ever.
I love it. So you would be considered a shoe girl, correct?
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right. All right. Just
There's a
taking
lot
notes.
of us in Sedona.
Yeah, a lot of shoe people.
Yes.
I'm probably not one of them. I'm kind of a jeans and
I
T-shirt
have a very
and
good
tennies.
friend that, well, I won't say her name because I don't have
No,
permission.
you can't do
But she
that.
and I, when we end up at the same place, we're usually the only ones there with 6-inch heels.
Wow. Stilettos? Have you walked in stilettos? Have you modeled stilettos?
Yes, I
before?
have.
What? Okay,
Yes.
This is something you do not want to see me do. Okay, I do a lot of things in my business and a lot of things. I do a lot of things, but not stiletto heels. That's frightening. You don't want to see that. No. Mm-mm. Okay, do you like to clean?
I love to clean.
So I know you're an organizer because last show you told us about being on the farm and how you were stacking the eggs as a child at 8 years old. She's like stacking, like they know it's her because of the way she stacked the eggs in the baskets. So you do like to organize and clean?
I do.
Do you clean your own house?
I do.
Don't you just love that?
I do.
Actually, I don't get any weird ideas, everybody. No, I'm not coming to clean your home. Debbie isn't either. I like cleaning my home. It makes me think, like I can think, when I get things clean. Okay, let's see what else.
Do you clean in the nude?
I've not done that.
Neither have I. But you read about it.
Okay, that was a very good question and kind of a lead-in. Like, wow, okay, naked. It might be fun, actually. All right, now what about this? Do you cry easily?
There are times when I cry very easily.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
Yes.
So when you watch a movie and you feel it coming, you're going to cry now. Are you a crier?
Sure.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
And I know you're
Tears
a laugher.
roll.
You got the best laugh ever. You have to come to my shows when I'm doing something funny because you got a great laugh. Let's see, what else? Are you a pet person, cat or dog?
I have 2 dogs and a cat.
Okay.
I've always had dogs and sometimes have had cats, and they just find me.
Okay, so you considered a cat lady in a way, not in that you have tens of thousands of them, but they love you. Cats love you; they find you.
I take care of them when they show up, but
That's
I
good.
don't go out and look for a cat.
They find you.
They find a way into my home and into my heart. So I got a cat.
That's it. And do you have a dog currently?
I have 2 dogs.
2 dogs. Okay.
Yes.
And what kind are they?
They're golden retrievers.
Ooh.
Jake is a big white boy,
Okay.
and he's gorgeous and very smart.
Okay.
And Red is a FEMA puppy that was culled out of FEMA.
Oh,
And she's very, very social.
God bless them.
And they
you know?
breed them to be very small and long so they can burrow. She's 3rd generation FEMA.
Wow.
And she's wild and crazy. And all my dogs in the past have been extraordinarily well trained. These 2 are not. And
I love it.
and people know that when they come to my home.
So you got like, be careful. Got wild dogs here.
Yes.
Do they like to swim?
No.
Okay. I just saw a video of golden retrievers in water.
Oh, I have had golden retrievers that love to swim. Our last 2 love to swim.
See, there you go. Yeah, I don't know. Well, I have to tell you, this has been very enchanting. All the curiosity that I've had with the questions that I've posed your way, which you had no idea was going to happen. Thank you for being such a good sport. Have one more question for you. Who's your favorite podcaster?
Well, you are.
I knew it. Thank you. That was very cheeky of me, but everybody knows that I'm cheeky. Thank you so much for being my guest again, and thank you for being my sponsor. Quicker, Cleaner Car Wash, everybody. Debbie Johnson will be back next month in September. I sure hope so, and I'm just so excited to have you. Thank you. Make sure you check it out. Quicker, Cleaner Car Wash. Say hi to Debbie. We'll be right back.
You can taste it in every bite. For over 30 years, Chef Lisa Dahl has redefined what it means to dine in Sedona, serving soulful, handcrafted cuisine inspired by love, artistry, and community. From the wood-fired kitchens of Mariposa to the couture flair of Butterfly Burger, every experience is elevated, every ingredient intentional. To learn more about Lisa Dahl and the Dahl restaurants, please visit cheflisadahl.com.
Need a clean car fast? Come to Cleaner, Quicker Car Wash. We'll have you sparkling and back on the road in minutes. Whether you're after a quick shine or a deep clean, you'll get top quality service, eco-friendly soaps, and smiles all around. Drive up, shine up, and feel good, all without slowing down your day, and look like a star in your car. Located in West Sedona on Highway 89A. For more information, visit cleanerquickercarwash.com.
Here's more of Sedona's Backstage Pass with Shondra, presented by the Doll Group.
Welcome back. Oh, thank you for staying with me. Oh, I have to tell you, this is going to be a very fun interview. I am sitting in the studio with Downtown Browne. Downtown Browne, thank you for being here. When I use your name, do they know that you are an exceptional DJ, an MC, and I'm learning so much more about you today before we actually start the show. You know, we talk and I'm learning, and you're going to learn so much about him. He's absolutely phenomenal. And thank you for being here.
Thank you, Shondra. And you can call me Gabriel. That's totally okay.
Yes.
Gabriel Downtown
Okay.
Browne.
Thank you. Thank you,
Thank
Gabriel.
you.
Do people call you Gabe?
They sometimes do, and I try to correct them.
Okay, so we're going to stay away from that. Yes.
Yes.
Okay, that's good to know. Well, I have to tell you, I have seen you around. I have been rubbing shoulders with you.
Yeah.
I DJ'd for years.
I know.
Can I just say something? Those of you who are listening, you're going to have DJ 101 in Respect Your DJ, because this is not an easy gig. You have to be able to do multiple things, don't you, Gabriel?
You do. You really have to be a bit of a Swiss Army knife in the world of entertainment. When you put yourself out there as a professional DJ, you have to be all kinds of things, from an event coordinator to a sound engineer to a mix artist to, a professional event coordinator, really. So, I mean, there's so many different hats that you have to wear, not to mention all the equipment that you have to be able to pick up and move around.
Yes, a lot of schlepping.
So there's a lot of schlepping. Yeah. There was a funny meme I saw one time where there was a guy putting a giant speaker in the back of a car, and the title just read, "Everybody wants to be a DJ until it's time to do DJ stuff."
Oh, yes.
So
that is so true. How many times have you worked a wedding where the wedding party is absolutely clueless? It's like
happen.
herding cats to get the couples together.
Herding cats is every time, for sure. Because if you get a group of people together, anytime you want to try to capture their attention, yeah, that's a talent and a skill.
And they're nervous.
And they're nervous.
And they're uptight. They're uptight, and they're just... have you ever had a group disappear on you because they're drinking? I had that happen.
That can happen, for sure.
I've had that happen. And people kind of get belligerent a little bit. But before we get into those stories... Right. Because I know I'm going to be rolling up my sleeves and my pant legs and showing you scars. We're going to do with the comparison of the DJ scar that stays with you for a lifetime.
For me, it's all in my low back at this point, picking up too many heavy speakers, for sure.
Right?
Yeah, that's
so
the
true.
scar.
My hands, you're a musician, is like, dang it. Every time I would move something, I'd hurt myself.
Yep.
Okay, so now you're doing lots of different things. So first of all, I want to mention your website, which is, and I'm going to spell it, it is D as in dog, T as in Tom, B as in Browne. I should say, let's start over. D as in down, T as in town, B as in Browne, Pro, Pro.com.
Correct.
So DTBpro.com. And on there, you're going to find all the different things that are available to you when you hire Gabriel, because you not only DJ, what else do you do?
Well, I've been a professional musician for the bulk of my adult life, which is now... I'm 50 or will be 50 this year.
Really? You look fantastic.
Oh, thank you, hon. So do you.
He looks like a college student. We're going to take pictures.
We'll definitely have to do a little ussy at the end and get that out there. Well into the 30-year career as a professional musician. And I just found a client file from 2005 for one of my early weddings. So that's at least 20 years in the wedding and special event industry. And... I've done everything from playing in bands as a bass and guitar player. One of my favorites was a flamenco rhythm guitar player for a while, many years ago. I now play percussion a lot with my own DJ sets, just to add additional accompaniment on with that. That's super, super fun. Lots of really cool digital instruments that I can have access to nowadays. And I cut all my teeth on this business, one might say, in my years following moving to Flagstaff for a brief time, getting into the college music scene, and getting into sound engineering at the Orpheum and the Green Room and all the major clubs that were up there.
Wonderful.
So I kind of went a little bit backwards when it came to DJing, meaning like a lot of DJs enter the game from the standpoint of they're really into mixing music right away, and then they learn the sound engineering and the equipment side of things later, whereas I actually started with the sound engineering and then got into the DJing. And it kind of just fell into place for me. Somebody one day just asked me, when I was working at the music store, I managed Arizona Music Pro in Flagstaff for like 7 years in the 20s and early 30s. And so at that time, we didn't really have many people that knew much about sound equipment. So I just took it upon myself to learn a lot about that and then started running sound in the clubs. And eventually there was a time or two where somebody came into the store and was just like, "Can you DJ my wedding?" And I'm just the type of person that's like, "Yeah, let's do that."
Yeah, you said yes.
I just said yes.
I love it.
And I figure it out. That's kind of been like the way that I've moved through life, is like, somebody asks me if I can do something. It sounds like a great idea, even if I don't necessarily know how. And then I say yes, and then I go learn how.
All right. For those of you who are listening, this is called resourcefulness. It's called reinvention. And it's so important in our business. It's essential that you learn all the time and say yes.
That's right. That's right.
Especially when you want to keep the lights on.
That's right. And that was basically one of my, early, reasons for getting into the DJ business, was that there was some money to be made there. And I also realized that I had the right set of just natural, innate personality characteristics that work for a professional DJ, which is you have to be really good with client service, right? That's number one. I say to all my DJs that I train and hire, I'll take a great communicator over a great mix artist every day, because to me, the difference that separates the bedroom or just kind of for fun on the weekends for your friends DJ and the professional DJ is being able to meet the needs of the clients and being interested.
And you know this because of your music background.
Right.
We have very similar in many ways, where I had bands for years. I never thought of DJing. And then a couple that I met had a DJ company in San Diego. And they were like, you've been emceeing, you're a musician, you know how to deal with a crowd. Would you like to DJ? And I was like, yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
And so it was kind of the same thing. I'd run sound for my own bands and for other things, festivals and things like that. And so saying yes is really important.
Yes.
But you understand the professional part of it because you were working in bands and dealing with clientele, I'm sure.
Absolutely. And I was also coming from a strong service background within the hospitality industry. So
there you go.
I was in restaurants and hotels for pretty much all my working life. So I understood that there is this connection point between what it takes to be a good musician or a great musician and put on a great show, but also to be able to provide a service, a real service,
and to be likable,
that's worth money, that people are interested in paying for, instead of just playing for tips somewhere.
Likable and also professional, showing up on time, well keeping
dressed,
your promises. Yes, looking
not drinking,
good.
Not smoking.
Yes, not drinking, not smoking. How many times?
Things.
Oh my gosh! I mean, when you. I tell people whenever I had my bands, I would say, listen, they're all going to want to buy you a drink. So I would work it out where, like, do not drink alcohol in these 4 hours that we're working at club, please.
Yes.
And then we'll have mock cocktails everybody wants to buy you, and at the end of the night, we'll get the real thing.
Yeah.
Okay? And it's just, you would never do that in a bank. Certainly wouldn't hope you would. Wouldn't drink on the job.
You don't drink on the job.
These are jobs.
That's the bottom line.
Yeah, these are jobs. So because you know sound and because you've been around stages, been on them, you've been in the service industry with hotels and different things, you understand really good lighting, really good sound, and the bar is high. Yes?
The bar is much higher than people think it is, because a lot of times we come across clients or potential clients that ask for things like, oh, well, we just need one small Bluetooth speaker over here for the ceremony. We don't really care about the sound. Gosh. And I'm like, well, let's talk about that for a minute, because this is your one special day. And, are your vows important to you? Do you want people to hear what you're saying? Do you want the music that's played for your walk down the aisle to be on time, on cue, feeling like it actually is a moving and flowing event, feeling like you've put something together that has cohesiveness? And yes, you could have Cousin Joe or whoever do that with his little Bluetooth speaker, but wouldn't it make more sense to put it in the hands of a professional who actually will really commit to the job and do it right?
That, and that the client doesn't have to think about anything.
They don't have to think about it.
That's the biggest thing,
it's
right?
Like, check mark, worry's gone.
Yep.
We know
just
it's
enjoy.
going to go well.
Yep. Just
Yeah.
enjoy. And by the way, you just got married.
I did.
You got married to Mary.
I got married, and she got Gabriel. That's our new joke that we like
I love
to say.
it. It's good. It's very good. Matter of fact, I'm just going to turn around.
Yep.
And Mary's on her phone, but I'm waving at her right now.
That's
so
true.
you can tell
She's
her.
here in our studio with us, which is great.
She's not actually in this room, but she's in the lobby.
She's right here in support, which is
it's
amazing.
wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Well, I want to tell you now, for those of you who are planning to get married, make sure that you visit Gabriel's site. I'm going to tell you what it is again, dtbpro.com. Just remember the initials of downtown Browne and then the word pro.com. And there's lots to look at there, lots of fun things. Now, this is interesting. You are really into what they call ecstatic dance and conscious dance. First of all, I want to know about this. And we ran into each other a couple of months ago at a wedding venue, right?
Yeah, the open house.
Yes, the open house. And that was fascinating. Great, amazing place in Jerome. It was like, what is this?
Super cool.
Major mansion. And you and I are talking, and you're telling me about this. So please tell our listeners about what in the world is ecstatic dance and conscious dance. And it's happening in Sedona.
Yeah, it is, actually. And it has really taken off here in Sedona, but it has been around for quite a while. To give you some context of my own personal journey and the journey of ecstatic dance in general, I found it about 7 or 8 years ago. I had gotten to a place in my DJing career where I had been consistently doing weddings and corporate events for a really long time, and it started to feel a lot like I just wasn't really enjoying the art of mixing, the art of DJing, because I wasn't feeling like I was able to choose the music that I wanted to play on a regular basis, which is my personal taste in music is a lot more on the realm of like world music, house, some bass style stuff, some dub style stuff, and very much like not what you would hear on the radio. And those are the types of songs that don't get requested at corporate events and weddings. You know, people want to hear the songs that bring up the nostalgia and the memories and their childhood and their family. And plus, you've got such this huge wide age and range demographic that you're catering to at these events that you kind of have to play within a box of sorts, right?
So
musically.
true.
And there's nothing wrong with that, but I had just gotten to a place where I wanted to be more artistic with my DJing. And a friend of mine said, well, you should go check out ecstatic dance. And I was like, well, what's that? And she's like, well, it's basically everything that you were just talking about. And there happens to be one here on Sunday mornings here in Sedona. And I give props right now to Amalia, who got that kicked off along with Gwen. And they came together and launched that many, many years ago. And it was really through me connecting up with that core tribe and them giving me the opportunity to give it a try. I basically went to that and I was totally blown away, and I really wanted to give it a go. And to give you an idea of like what you would experience at a dance like that, the number one is that there's no right or wrong way to dance. The principles of ecstatic dance is that when you show up to dance, and you show up to move in whatever way feels really, really good for you. Sometimes that might mean going deep inside and dancing by yourself with your eyes closed. Other times it might mean you're moving around the room and like connecting with every single person on that dance floor in some form, fashion, or another. Sometimes you might have a partner type dance. You know, you might be connecting with one-on-one with a person. And ecstatic dance and then later conscious dance came about. I like to say that it came about because of a woman named Gabriel Roth back in New York City created something called 5 Rhythms, which was and still is a huge piece of the puzzle because she brought to the mind of many that dance is a therapy. dance is therapeutic. Dance can help move your energy to release old trauma, to become more you, to really kind of be in your own body, right?
Right.
And to not be worried about whether you're dancing correctly. Because so much dancing that we see is choreographed, or maybe like you're trying to be the hip-hop dancer, or you're being a tap dancer, or you're being a ballet dancer. All of those have certain elements, whereas ecstatic and conscious dance, it's all about just moving for the sake of moving, like you're a 4-year-old, the way that a 4 or 5-year-old kid just moves their body. That's the idea of ecstatic and conscious dance. And so Gabriella Roth created her 5 rhythms many, many years ago. And the disco / rave / techno / club culture from the 70s all the way up through the 2Ks morphed, and there were people that said, you know what, we want to do all of this movement to like really danceable music without the alcohol, without the drugs, without anything except the music and the movement being the medicine and the journey. And the DJ is a huge piece of that, because the idea of every ecstatic and conscious dance is that there's a wave of energy that gets created by the DJ to help move people through whatever they might be processing, and more importantly, for them to be able to just really enjoy like a whole experience. Instead of just like one genre of music the whole time, there's a lot of ambient sounds at the beginning, moving into deep tribal bass sounds in the middle, coming up to the huge crescendo with big vocal tracks that are usually done with a lot of like positive, messages to really kind of like help stir up positivity. And then on the other side of that big crest of wave, you're coming down into like, you're sweaty and you're hot, and now you're coming down into this meditative state, and you get to integrate all of this experience all together. And so when I saw and understood that the DJ had so much to do with the experience that people were receiving, I was like, this is for me. This is really
I can
cool,
understand that. I've had a little taste of that back in San Diego a couple of times, but it wasn't like that. Mm-hmm. It wasn't a dance studio, but it was moving through the space, taking a lot of dance, because as an artist you would, like as an actor, you're always taking movement. Mm-hmm. As an entertainer, a singer, all of that, you should be taking it. If you haven't, and you're listening and you're a singer or an actor, make sure you take movement. But even in school, they really push that. And I did attend some things that were like that, moving in the space, being in the moment, feeling your body, not worrying about what you look like. The other element is that most of the time when people are dancing, they're dancing to either pick up somebody or they're with their significant other. There's another reason for it. It may be just to have fun, but there's always this element of alcohol, an element of somebody with you, or you're trying to find somebody, and it's very different. And what you're explaining is unique and wonderful.
And, you're onto something there with what you're saying, where so much dance culture is pickup culture.
It is
hookup culture.
It is.
And one of the things that I like to say in my opening circle whenever I, start a dance at the beginning, is that to look around the room and to really connect eyes with the people that are here, and just realize that what we're looking to create is a brother and sister energy. This is not a hookup culture. These are your brothers and sisters. Dance with them like you would dance with your brother or your sister. And that's not to say that you might not meet the person that you're destined to marry at an ecstatic dance. You might, but it's not the first thing.
It's not your intention.
It's not the intention.
Yeah, the intention is not to do that. And it's huge. Intention is everything. Why are you doing something is really important. And it's a great way to connect with just everything within yourself, which is interesting because a lot of people don't want that. It scares them. But
That's
through
true.
dance, maybe it's easier, I
think it's easier when you look at the sense that if you're able to just let the dance move you.
Yes.
And you're not so worried about how you look or whether you're doing it right.
Yes, that's the big thing.
Yeah.
Really big deal. Mm-hmm. It's a big deal. Well, this is great. Tell people how they can actually find these dances. Ecstatic dance would be happening at?
So several actually now, which is super exciting. When COVID came around, all of a sudden the dance scene of Sedona started to really boom because Sedona was one of the few places that opened up early, and people were really bringing bringing the dance energy here. And some of the dances that we had created where only 5 or 10 people were showing up for years now have 30, 50, 100, sometimes now 200 people. So to give you some dates and times of how and where you can find these, first and foremost is the Sundays at Sun Moon Studio at 10:45 a.m. And
where are they located?
So Sun Moon Studio is right in the same plaza as the Oak Creek Brewing Company across from Bash's here in Sedona. So it's West Sedona.
Okay.
And that was and still is considered like, the heart and the home of what is like the original, what we call a closed container style ecstatic dance.
Okay.
And they refer to closed container versus open container, meaning that a closed container is you go there specifically to dance, and there's no talking on the dance floor. There's very little socializing other than the dance itself. And that once you've arrived at the dance, you're encouraged to stay all the way through the end to really receive the whole experience, right?
Okay.
An open container ecstatic dance is much more of just a social experience where you're showing up and the music is really great and people are definitely there to dance, but there's less structure, we'll say.
Got it.
Right?
And that's happening where?
And so just to finish off on the Sundays, so Sundays at 10:45 at Sun Moon is like the classic closed container medicinal ecstatic dance, right? And the community where you're going to go and really feel into the music to move through things. The open container ones that are really happening here in town, the consistent ones are Tuesdays on the Rocks, which is really cool. So our friend Brandon Strabela started this many years ago. He started at a Cathedral Rock, but now it's at Yavapai Vista Point off of 179. He himself, I refer to him as our dance soldier. This guy is so committed to making sure that dance happens every single Tuesday, and it's totally free. And he brings out these little Bluetooth speakers that we put up on the rocks. And generally speaking, he just has a playlist, but sometimes we do have DJs up there. But we all show up and just enjoy the Sedona Red Rock experience with music and dance.
What time is that?
That varies by time of year, but it's usually a few hours before and up through sunset. So this time of year, it'll start around 5:30 and go till about 7:30, 8 o'clock. Wintertime, it starts a little earlier and stuff, right? So it's an outdoor experience, rain or shine. So, this time of year, it's a little hot, so dress appropriately. Wintertime, it's going to be colder, so dress appropriately. And then the other really cool one that I have to say I'm deeply in love with is our Thursdays at Posse Ground. And I got to give a lot of credit to Eldon, our DJ Eldon here in town. DJ Feels Good, he calls himself. He really held that frequency for a long time when we were doing it renegade style in the park. And we were getting busted by the cops and all kinds of stuff. And he finally took it to the city, and the city has now sponsored and sanctioned it. And it is a free community event on Thursdays. Same kind of thing as Tuesday, where it's like a couple hours before and up through sunset. So right now it's like 5 to 7, 5 to 8.
So tell everybody where they can find the info, because we're running out of time now. It just goes by so fast.
Thank you. Yes. Okay. Info. So I have a Facebook page called Conscious Dance Sedona. So you can find stuff there. There's also Ecstatic Dance Sedona, which is managed by Amalia, and that's the one that you primarily look for the Sundays. And then there's Posse Community Dance, which is also a Facebook page and group, and that's managed by Eldon. And then there's Sedona Dances, which I believe is managed by Brandon. So those are all the different ways that you can find it. And really, you could probably just type in, Sedona Ecstatic Dance onto Facebook and find most of these things pretty easily.
This is wonderful. Thank you so much for sharing all of this. And you'll have to come back, because we didn't even get into any of those DJ scarring stories.
I know,
but
right?
For those of you who are looking for a DJ for festivals, for a wedding, just any event, anniversary event, anything that you're doing, concerts, just anything. If you need somebody who's really professional, a great DJ who also knows and runs sound and lights, please make sure you visit dtbpro.com, downtown Browne. Thank you, Gabriel, for being here.
Thank you, Shondra.
It's so wonderful that you made it over.
It was fun.
Thank you. And we will be right back. Stay right where you are.
You've explored the trails, stood in awe of the red rocks. Now, discover how Sedona became Sedona. The Sedona Heritage Museum tells the story of Red Rock country, from ancient cultures to today's vibrant community. It's interactive, family-friendly, and open year-round, indoors and out. Sedona Heritage Museum, preserving and sharing the soul of Red Rock country. Plan your visit at sedonamuseum.org or call 928-282-7038.
Take a deep breath, then let it go. At Sedona's New Day Spa, your escape begins the moment you arrive. Enjoy luxurious massages, rejuvenating facials, and native-inspired body treatments. Every moment is designed to restore balance and renew your spirit. Voted Sedona's Best Day Spa, this is more than self-care. It's your sanctuary. Book your experience today at SedonaNewDaySpa.com or call 928-282-7502.
When your project demands precision, experience, and trust, turn to Sefton Engineering Consultants. From expert civil engineering to construction management, we deliver real-world solutions that stand the test of time. With over 30 years in the business, Luke Sefton's team is committed to getting your project done right, on time, and on budget. Sefton Engineering Consultants. Reliable, experienced, personal. Learn more at SeftonEngineeringConsultants.com. Here's more of Sedona's Backstage Pass with Shondra, presented by the Doll Group.
Hey, thank you for staying with me. I'll tell you what, I just love my guests, and I just loved having Debbie Johnson and Gabriel Downtown Browne on today. Oh, do you hear that? Okay, you know what that means. That means it's time for my shameless Shondra spot. Well, I'm happy to finally announce something that I've been talking about on my shameless Shondra spots for several weeks, and that is my online voice coaching program. And guess what? It's now live and ready for you to discover. All you have to do is go to my website, shondramusic.com, and on the homepage, you'll see two different buttons. For those of you who are professionals in the business, you can click on a button that will be very apparent that that's the button that you would be choosing. It's going to say something like elevate your vocal career or elevate your career. All right, that's for the professionals. For those of you who are just wanting to discover your voice, find your voice, or maybe you've been singing, or maybe you want to sing, or maybe you haven't sung in a long time, that one is a different button. And you'll want to choose that one. It will say, start your singing journey. All right. And I got to tell you, I'm very excited about this. My program is called Unlock the Singing Superstar in You. And it's not just about voice. It's also to help you with your confidence. For those of you who have terrible stage fright or even the jitters, there's a whole bunch of tips and tools, and, well, you'll just learn all kinds of things. And then also for those of you who don't play piano or an instrument, there's voice exercises with keyboard recordings. So we go into all of those vocal exercises. We work on our confidence. We even work with how do you present yourself on stage, and how do you put your sets together or a show together? How do you deal with tracks and sound? And it's pretty endless. We talk about breath work, just all kinds of things. So discover it. ShondraMusic.com. You'll find those two buttons, one for those of you who are already doing this and want to master more skills for your voice and stage presence and your performance. And for those of you who are just doing this for fun, maybe you just want to have a good time at karaoke and sound really good and impress your friends. Then you want to press on the other button, which is Start Your Singing Journey. All right. Thank you for checking it out. ShondraMusic.com. Well, here we are at the end of the show again. They go by so quickly for me. I hope you enjoy them as much as I do. I just love having my guests on, and I want to thank my guests. As a matter of fact, Debbie Johnson of Cleaner, Quicker Car Wash. Just adore the woman. And also Gabriel Downtown Browne, great DJ and just a wonderful individual. Make sure that you see all that he's doing. And want to thank my sponsors. Without them, I couldn't do this. The Sedona Heritage Museum, Sefton Engineering, Cleaner, Quicker Car Wash, Sedona New Day Spa, and my presenting sponsor, of course, the Doll Group. And I would be remiss if I didn't thank my engineer and producer, Ryan Thompson, who is taking a bow right now, and also the owner of KAZM, Mellow Mountain Radio, 106.5 FM and 780 AM, and that's Chuck Helstein. Thank you, Chuck. Love what you guys are doing here, and it's great to be a part of the family here. So I got a great show for next week. I want to make sure that you get your VIP pass out for next Saturday, every Saturday at 10 a.m. on Mellow Mountain Radio 106.5 FM and 780 AM. And of course, you can always listen to it streaming live on mellowmountainradio.com and later on Apple Podcasts. Thanks, guys, and I'll see you next time.